people what you called me the second week that I ever coached you?
Don't hang that over my head.
Track record.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
Get ready for an unforgettable night at Ignite Lincoln 15 on September 14th, where Coca Theater Change and Spark Connection. You'll hear from 12 passionate speakers, including our 5 nonprofit finalists, who are making a real impact. Be part of this remarkable event that celebrates the power of storytelling. Secure your spot now by purchasing tickets at ignitelincoln.org and join us in creating a brighter future together. Don't miss your chance to experience Ignite Lincoln 15, a night of inspiration, community, and possibility.
Hi, I'm a volleyball. It's an okay life. I go back and forth about it. But I really wish I was a Nebraska Lottery Powerball or Mega Millions Mega Ball. See, all they have to do is mix around in a big plastic bubble and roll down a ramp, and then people win millions. What a great life. As for me, I get thrown around all day and have to worry about getting spiked, which is about to happen right now. Oh, couldn't you just do a nice, gentle tip?
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Shire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three. He's going to go out of here. That's the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and youth basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Soul. This is On the Block with Rick and Austin.
That's right. Back home is really what it feels like. At Haymarket Park yesterday, back live in studio today. I'm Austin Norman. He's Eric Strickland. Tricky, how are your hands?
Blistered up, bro.
Oh,
it doesn't feel good. The bat was definitely tugging. If it was not for my partner, Austin Norman, with the extra batting glove, I think one round was it for me. So thank you, my brother, for taking care of me.
Anytime. That's what we do.
That's what we do. It's a beautiful thing, Austin. I look into the in the building here at 48th and R Street, and it looks like we're on the move. Things are starting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Boxes are starting to move around. We'll be downtown really soon, so you guys be on the lookout for us probably in the next, I would say, maybe at least month, 30 days.
3 weeks, give or take.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Heck yeah, stay ready for that 1040 O Street. Come find us.
Man.
3 weeks.
Yeah, get you a coffee, come sit down, sit outside, have a chop it up. Come on a Thursday.
That's
when
today,
things
Stricky.
That's when
today.
I know, Stricky's got to get out of the building today.
No.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to Thursday it up today, but that's okay. I'll be back next week.
That's a bummer deal.
Yeah, man.
Oh, well.
I miss this. One of my favorite days of the week.
Mm-hmm.
But what we got going on?
As I say, I led off with the blisters and the swinging that we did with BP with DP yesterday because one of the Angels' best hitters, Shohei Ohtani, has an injury.
Yeah.
UCL injury. He was pitching, was removed from a game yesterday with arm fatigue. Turns out it's a partially torn ulnar collateral ligament. That's the UCL in his throwing arm, his right arm. And that's the one you need Tommy John on.
Yeah.
Well, he's done pitching for the year, obviously. It wouldn't go well if he continued to throw. But Shohei's going to, at least he plans to, do what Bryce Harper did last year. Bryce Harper partially tore his UCL, played through it all the way through the postseason, got surgery after the season, came back in time for this year. Surgery in November, he was ready to go. Seems like that's going to be Shohei Ohtani's plan. The wrinkle for Shohei is that he's entering free agency.
Yeah.
Angels didn't get a trade done. He's going to free agency. So, Eric Strickland, my question for you, does this injury affect the amount of money and the number of interested teams for Shohei Ohtani in free agency this offseason?
Well, first, let me caveat it by saying I think this goes back to what we've had discussions about Shohei. Yes, we know that there's no other than him and the great Babe Ruth who have been able to do and accomplish this at this level, right? Shohei is a phenomenal they're athlete. I say athlete. You know,
Mhm.
the way he can do the things he does, both on the mound as well as at the plate, is just unprecedented. But at the same time, I think it doesn't hurt him, you know, that much if his bat can continue to remain strong.
Mhm.
Again, I thought that there was going to come a time where Shohei Ohtani was probably going to make a decision, because we
That's
talked
right.
about arm tiredness
Mhm.
and what that would do to him, and what your thoughts was on that. You can remind the folks on that if you like. But I think that it's not going to hinder him, but I think it's going to just self-focus him into a specific area. I wouldn't even doubt if they start working him at first base, just to give him another place to where he could fit.
Is he a good enough athlete that you would want to put him in a corner outfield spot, or do you think first base would save the wear and tear?
Yeah, I think first base would save the wear and tear. I mean, it's a spot that's a relative spot. I think he's a good enough athlete to be able to pick it and you know, do things like that at first base. Not as much movement. You know, it's easier to pick up, I think, than any of the other ones in taking away the wear and the tear of the body.
Which makes sense. My 2 cents on this is that I absolutely agreed with you that he was going to give up pitching before he gave up hitting. You went through everything the pitchers have to do, you know, for their arm care routine and everything, and just the grind that it is. So I was with you on that. The reason I don't think Shohei's free agent case is impacted as much is because of all the work that's been done on Tommy John surgery and just how common it is in baseball anymore. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, Shohei Ohtani's value plummets. You take away half a player, he's probably not coming back to the mound as the same guy. Anymore, we see guys come back even better from Tommy John surgery. This is a guy that already throws 100 with a nasty wipeout splitter, a couple other secondary pitches. Like, he's already elite. He might be getting better, right? We see guys with multiple Tommy John surgeries come back and throw 3, 4, 5 miles an hour harder than they ever did. I'm not all that worried about Shohei Ohtani's arm. Sure, you'll have to monitor it, but you monitor every pitcher's arm.
Exactly.
So
he's young enough too for that recovery process.
Absolutely. So I think 10, 15 years ago, his case is hurt quite a bit by this. Anymore, I think teams are like, okay, great, he got it out of the way now. The odds of him having to have a second surgery with us dramatically reduced. Now we feel maybe even more confident going in on this guy because he's had the worst injury a pitcher can have.
Yeah, and I think when we talk about that process of staying in his value. We talk about the value, but I don't think it matters with the Angels. I don't think the value is going to be whatever you consider it to be or think it to be is going to be with the Angels. I just think he's going to move on.
Right. And that was one of the questions I saw posed by a number of experts is, does this increase the Angels' chances to bring him back? I don't think it does.
I don't either.
Unless he's that comfortable with their medical staff and has those connections that bring him back and he trusts them with his rehab, maybe then you sign a 1-year deal. But Shohei Ohtani is not re-signing long-term in Los Angeles if he does it all.
I agree. I think it's a move-on possibility for him pretty soon.
We'll watch it play out as it goes. Again, Tommy John surgery in the future for Shohei Ohtani, but doesn't seem like it's going to happen during the season. We're going to step aside. Plenty of football to get to the rest of the show. 6 teams have inquired with the Colts about Jonathan Taylor. There have been 2 offers out there. Pardon me as I sneeze. Who do we think those other 5 teams outside of the Dolphins are? Kind of want to dive into that. And also, Prince Amukamara retired as a New York Giant. So text line 402-464-5685. Let us know who you think is the best Nebraska cornerback in the 2000s. Dating back to 2000 through now, who's the best cornerback at Nebraska? Let us know, 402-464-5685. Comment section, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Let us know as well. We'll get to all that and more as we continue on the block next.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities from across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes, living courses, job training, support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-162.
Join us on Thursday, August 31st for our pregame show for Nebraska against Minnesota at the Warhorse Casino in Southwest Lincoln. We'll go from 4 p.m. to kickoff at 7 p.m. with the whole ticket crew. Make sure to drop by and see us at the Warhorse Casino.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
There's a buzz in the air at Kansas. Maybe it's the roar of fans here at the track, or the anticipation of the playoffs as drivers fight to move on to the next round and keep their championship hopes alive. Maybe it's the pulse of the heartland, the thrill of speed, or the sounds of grills sizzling in the campgrounds. Whatever it is, it will be one memorable weekend. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, and they've scouted out the best side-by-side deals for you. $24 off the 2023 Kawasaki. $1,000 off new FXCs. Whether you want to handle the toughest task in a trusted, tried and true mule, or looking to dominate adventure in a Terex, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down. Offer valid from 9/30/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchases of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17, wow, compared to other Honda dealers.
Award only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Nick is here. What'd you call him earlier?
Yeah, you got a name. He said a name.
Can you hear Nick?
I said you look like a big swimming pool. You look like a big swimming pool over there. I called you Big Swim.
Big Swim.
All right. Should I tell the people what you called me the second week that I ever coached you?
Don't hang that over my head.
Track record here.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us at this year's Ignite Lincoln 15 at Rococo Theater on Thursday, September 14th for an inspiring night of stories that spark change. Get your tickets at ignitelincoln.org. Don't miss this chance to be part of something extraordinary.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and another very high. The afternoon highs are expected to be around 103. Tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies and a very warm night. We'll over 76. And tomorrow, mostly sunny with a slight chance of storms in the afternoon. High should be around 96. And meteorologist Kyle Tucker, 2.7 The Ticket, and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes, we're back on the block right here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Once again, we thank you for the sponsors of this show, Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, as well as the StreamYard, who takes good care of us on the Sutter Heyman text line. Sutter Heyman Jewelers, we appreciate them as well. We're going to get into some NFL talk right now. A little discussion going on around there for JT, Jonathan Taylor, out of the Indianapolis Colts. There's been an expression of interest. Some teams have popped up on the radar. There's been some offers that have been offered. You are a big Colts fan, and I think this is still interesting because we talked around. We looked at different teams. We looked at different potential places. We looked at the Dalvin Cook situation as well as the Zeke Elliott situation. If there's something you were having an issue and a problem with, why would you not look into those type of guys for the money? So we've talked about those things. Now a trade, and they gave him permission. Jim Irsay, the Indianapolis Colts and their group gave him permission to look and to pursue and to put out there and see what's good in the game for them as well as for himself. So at this point, what is it looking like in the Indianapolis Colts franchise?
So yeah, I read something today about part of the Colts' willingness to let Jonathan Taylor seek a trade is maybe motivated by the one fact that they don't want to be the team to keep giving him the bad news, right? Kind of like the Ravens did with Lamar Jackson. Not perfect one-to-one comparisons, but the Colts have told Jonathan Taylor what they think he's worth. Jonathan Taylor has told the Colts what he thinks he's worth. The Colts might be trying to use other teams to say, hey, we're not the only ones not willing to give you what you want. Just come back. We'll get something worked out eventually. Just a thought. We know Miami's made an offer or has really talked to the Colts about Jonathan Taylor. Reports are there are 5 other teams. I have a few guesses as to who they are. Nothing set in stone, anything like that. Jay thinks Buffalo needs to make a run at him. I'll take his word for it.
Well, Jay made a very bold statement yesterday by saying that if they get him, mark his words, that's championship-bound team for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'll take his word for that. I'll throw the Bills in that conversation. Give me the Broncos with Sean Payton. Not much of a running game right now. I could see them being interested in him as an additional weapon. I don't know what they would have to give up.
That's what I was thinking.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was the Broncos. The AFC North, maybe Baltimore, but probably not. So I'm going to keep them off the list. Not the Steelers, not the Browns, probably not the Bengals. I don't think they'll want to have another guy, up for an extension. I don't think it's anyone in the South either. That brings us then strict to the NFC. I don't think it's the Commanders. I think the other 3 teams are set at running back. I don't think it's the Commanders. Seahawks would be a sneaky option, but I think they're good with Kenneth Walker there. Maybe the Rams. They've been unsettled. They've churned through running backs quite a bit. If they think Matthew Stafford's healthy,
Gurley was a big hurt for them.
He was.
That loss.
If they think they're ready to contend again, maybe they go get Jonathan Taylor to help support Matthew Stafford. A team that I really think is in or will be in on these discussions, the Minnesota Vikings. They just lost Dalvin Cook. Jonathan Taylor's cheaper.
Is he?
For now. He's making less this year than Dalvin Cook is.
Is he?
So they probably wouldn't extend him, but if they think they can
make a run,
stopgap
and they really
make a
need
run.
I like your vision on it. I think you're right.
I think Taylor's there. Another sneaky team for me is the Panthers. Just drafted a rookie quarterback, and they have his old head coach. Frank Reich, the new head coach of the Panthers. They have a solid young offensive line. First overall pick.
You don't
quarterback
have to worry
Bryce
about
Young.
you don't have to worry about the quarterback bag being a hindrance because you've got years still. So even if you did extend him, I like your vision. Even if you did extend him, towards the tail end of that extension is when your quarterback's going to be coming up. You can either renegotiate or do something different with him at that point.
Taylor's got 1 year left on his deal. Bryce Young's in the first of 5 years. If
Yeah.
you give Jonathan Taylor a 3-year extension,
Yeah.
he's done before you even have to consider
Yeah.
an extension for Bryce
I like
Young.
your vision. Yeah, I like where you're going.
That's where I'm at with the Colts and Jonathan Taylor. Really quick before we get to the shootout, too, I saw that Prince Amukamara signed a contract to retire with the New York Giants, who drafted him. And I want to throw this out to the text line. We did it at the end of last segment. Who's the best Husker cornerback of the 2000s? Not safety, not defensive back in general, best cornerback. A couple options from the text line. We have Zach Bowman thrown in there so far, ends up going to the NFL and playing for the Chicago Bears. Only 2 years at Nebraska, played 2005, hurt, I think, in 2006, came back, played 2007, and was drafted. Guilt Nerd says Alfonso Denard gets the vote. It's hard for me to separate what Prince did and what Alfonso did on that same defense. Both studs.
Yeah. I actually, Alfonso Denard, kind of creeped up in my mind as well. I think it's been an area of weakness for us as we've come out of the the 90s and the early 2000s. I think that was a pretty good strong suit for us. There was a lot of good ones that came through during those times. I mean, you had like Tyrone Williams and Michael Booker and you had who else was over there? Oh gosh. We would run them through. I mean, we would push him out, send him to the NFL, and let him run. Then you had great safeties, but you're right. I just don't know. I think they've got to be definitely up there.
So those two guys are there. Some other ones that I think have to be in that conversation: Fabian Washington, I think in the earlier 2000s. DeJuan Gross,
okay, yeah,
known
Gross.
a lot for what he did. As a returner, but I think also a pretty solid cornerback. I got his stats pulled up here. And as a DB streak, he had 8 interceptions over his last 3 years in college. I mean, that's pretty solid. I'd throw him in consideration. I'm not going to count Ralph Brown. He finished in 99, drafted in 2000. So I don't think that counts for this conversation.
That's it. That's another one, Ralph Brown. Yeah.
Really close. I don't think Cam Taylor gets to that level.
Kenny Wilhite. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, of course, K-Dub, but not 2000s. Old man Kenny. No, Kenny, we love you. We love you, K-Dub. So yeah, the list of 6 that I end up coming up with is Amukamara, Denard, Gross, Washington, Bowman, and CTB.
I mean, that's a great list.
I think that's where it's at.
I think that's a great list. I mean, if you guys have a contradictory list that not contradictory, but one that either mirrors or is different than our illustrious host, Austin Orman, 402-464-5685. Send it through to us. And what's your thoughts? If there's somebody that we missed, go ahead and do that as well. Send it out, send it through, give us a look, give us an opportunity to take a look at it as well.
Late submission on Twitter from my dad, Keo Craver.
Oh yeah, Keo. Yeah, Keo was solid. I actually was surprised that Keo didn't get a better look. I mean, he's hit the circuit a little bit, played in like CFL type stuff and different leagues, but yeah, I'm surprised. Keo was pretty solid.
Oh, we got I think Axel Foley did say Ralph Brown, and there's a reason we kept him off. Remember, he finished playing in 99, got drafted by the Giants in 2000. Erwin Sweeney, it's not a name I remember.
I don't remember that one.
An anonymous texter says Stanley Jean-Baptiste.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no,
big,
we'll say
long, athletic type corner.
Yeah.
He was good, but he just didn't play it all that long, right? Converted wide receiver.
Yeah.
Had the iconic interception against Joe Bauserman in that big comeback game for Nebraska. Got an NFL look.
Yeah, I actually liked him. I thought he had potential. Would have done it a little bit earlier.
No kidding. We got the shootout with Strick to play. It's Thursday, so we're going to do it. Call now, 402-464-5685. Take on Strick. $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings could be yours if you can take down not the champ. You got to be the champ today, right? You got to get it.
It was a bad day yesterday.
It was, but today's a new day. So call now, 402-464-5685. You beat Strick, you get $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll play the game after this.
Hi, I'm a volleyball. It's okay, fine to go forth about. But I really wish I was a Nebraska Lottery Powerball or Mega Millions Mega Ball. See, all they have to do is mix around in a big plastic bubble and roll down a ramp, and then people win millions. What a great life. As for me, I get thrown around all day and have to worry about getting spiked, which is about to happen right now. Oh, couldn't you just do a nice, gentle tip?
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
When tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With Gold Class certified technicians, OEM parts, free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, I'm a volleyball. It's an okay life. I go back and forth about it. But I really wish I was a Nebraska Lottery Powerball or Mega Millions Mega Ball. See, all they have to do is mix around in a big plastic bubble and roll down a ramp, and then people win millions. What a great life. As for me, I get thrown around all day and have to worry about getting spiked, which is about to happen right now. Oh, couldn't you just do a nice, gentle tip?
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Tune in this Friday as Early Break with myself, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush broadcast from the Nebraska Army National Guard hangar ahead of the air show this weekend. You won't want to miss this one. That's this Friday for Early Break from 6 to 8 a.m. at the Nebraska Army National Guard hangar.
There's a buzz in the air at Kansas. Maybe it's the roar of fans here at the track, or the anticipation of the playoffs as drivers fight to move on to the next round and keep their championship hopes alive. Maybe it's the pulse of the heartland, the thrill of speed, or the sounds of grills sizzling in the campgrounds. Whatever it is, it will be one memorable weekend. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, and they've scouted out the best Kawasaki side-by-side deals for you. Score up to $2,500 off the 2023 Kawasaki Teryx and up to $1,000 off Mule Pro FX and FXCs. Whether you want to handle the toughest task in a trusted, tried and true mule or looking to dominate adventure in a Teryx, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down. Offer valid through 9/30/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchases of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
Join us at this year's Ignite Lincoln 15 at Rococo Theater on Thursday, September 14th for an inspiring night of stories that spark change. Get your tickets at ignitelincoln.org. Don't miss this chance to be a part of something extraordinary.
Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Nick is here. What'd you call him earlier? Get a name.
I guess he's listening.
He said a name.
Can you hear Nick?
I said you look like a big swimming pool. You look like a big swimming pool over there. I called you Big Swim.
Big Swim.
All right. Should I tell the people what you called me the second week that I ever coached you?
Don't hang that over my
There's a
head.
track record here.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. It's time to play Shootout with 45685 to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Buffalo Wings and Ring.
That's right. Time to play the Shootout with Strick, brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Ring. You play for $30 to that fine dining establishment. We do it every Tuesday and Thursday here on 93.7. Take a big thanks to Buffalo Wings and Rings for sponsoring the Shootout with Strick. We go to the Honda of Lincoln hotline. That's how you call in for this. We welcome in Larry. Larry, how's it going today?
It's real good. How are you guys?
All right.
We're good. We are ready for the shootout. You know the rules. You all good to go?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Hold on the line. We'll give Strick his round of questions first, and then we'll get to you.
I'm on the phone.
All right, Strick, here we go. Your round of the shootout begins in 3, 2, and 1. He won the Maxwell Award last season. Drake May or Caleb Williams?
Williams.
Yep. He won the John Mackey Award last season. Brock Bowers or Michael Mayer?
Bowers.
Yep. He won the Ray Guy Award last season. Torrey Taylor or Adam Corsack?
Corsack.
Yep. And he was named the College Football Coach of the Year last season.
10, 9,
Shot clock running down. College Football Coach of the Year last season.
5, 4,
Harbaugh.
3, 2, 1.
It was not Jim Harbaugh.
Kirby Smart.
It was not Kirby Smart. Sonny Dykes of TCU named the College Football Coach of the Year, leading the Horned Frogs to the College Football Playoff, the national championship game appearance. All right, Larry.
Rico acts like he
three
know
to
tag
tie.
next time, Rico. He thinks he knows it all. Rico's the same guy. Hey, Larry, listen, you have a guy in here named Rico who's one of our guys, and he tells he'll answer a question and he'll tell you, like, I would have said that, but my partner, he's one of those type of guys. He's sitting over there shaking his head like he knew the answers to everything.
First off, I didn't know that answer. Secondly, we have a guy in here named Rico, like I haven't been here longer than you.
Rico stayed there. We'll bring you in for the tiebreaker if we need it after this. All right, Larry.
All right, Larry, just
tie.
miss one. It's
You need to
okay.
go essentially perfect
problem.
to win. Are you ready for your round of the shootout?
You can miss one.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, starts here in 3, 2, and 1. He won the Johnny Unitas Award last season. Max Duggan or Sam Hartman?
Hartman.
It was Duggan. He won the Nagurski Trophy last season. Jalen Carter or Will Anderson?
Anderson.
Yep, he won the Butkus Award last season. Jack Campbell or Nolan Smith?
Smith.
It was Campbell, and he won the Broyles Award for Assistant Coach of the Year last season.
I have no idea. Bill Bush.
Based on the
Shout out
reaction,
to Bush.
already know the reaction. It was not Bill Bush, although we appreciate
Shout out to
him
Bill Bush.
and all the work
I
he
would have
did.
voted for him.
Tricky's dancing. Larry, we appreciate you for playing. You can hang up now. Caller number 3 on the Honda of Lincoln hotline, 402-464-5685. We'll get the $30 to Buffalo Wings. Rings Tricky back on the board. Way to go.
I'm back in the building, baby. Larry let me in the door today. I know what I appreciate, Larry. Good old Larry. Thank you.
All right, we're going to bring in the guys in the back room if they're ready. Hello,
They're
guys in the back
scared.
room.
They don't want this smoke.
Skirt. Straight
Yeah.
skirt.
Yeah, they don't want this smoke.
We're going to do the tiebreaker question
get
anyway.
it.
So I will ask you, and we'll repeat it for the guys in the back.
Okay.
Okay, Caleb Williams of USC won last season's Heisman Trophy. How many Heisman winners won the award while playing for USC?
Does Reggie Bush get canceled?
We're counting Reggie.
Okay.
It happened. We all know it happened. We're counting Reggie.
How many?
How many?
Over the course of it.
There have been, for reference, 88 Heisman Trophy winners?
6.
The answer is 6 from Eric Strickland. Nick and Rico are busy. So, text line, here's what we're going to do. Over, under, and the correct number, including Reggie Bush, over, under, and the correct number.
Google machine.
The first person in gets 4 tickets and a parking pass to tonight's Lincoln Salt Dogs game.
Ooh.
Against the Kansas City Monarchs.
Let's go.
Once again, how many Heisman Trophy winners have played for USC? Over, under, we need over, under, and the correct number, including Reggie Bush. 402-464.
Chubby Rhino, Google for sure. Straight Google.
We'll give the answer. We'll give the winner away when we get back to hour 2 on the block.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novant Nutrition and Wellness proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to NovotnyNutritionandWellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, and they've scouted out the best Kawasaki side-by-side deals for you. Score up to $2,500 off the 2023 Kawasaki Teryx and up to $1,000 off Mule Pro FX and FXCs. Whether you want to handle the toughest task in a trusted, tried and true mule or looking to dominate adventure in a Teryx, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down. Offer valid 9/30/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchases of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high-rate debt and could save hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, and no annual fee. And with a fixed rate as low as 9.99% APR and you choose rewards, you'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit libertyfirstcu.com. Rates and terms are based on your credit and subject to change. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Jay Foreman here. Join us on Thursday, August 31st for our pregame show for Nebraska against Minnesota at the Warhorse Casino in Southwest Lincoln. We'll go from 4 p.m. to kickoff at 7 p.m. with the whole ticket crew. Make sure to drop by and see us at the Warhorse Casino.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, enjoy 8-ounce USDA choice boneless New York strip for just $6.99 each. All natural thick-cut Iowa pork chops for $1.99 per pound. And fresh, never frozen Atlantic salmon fillets for just $9.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke.
That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three. He's going to go out of here. That's the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
That it is. Welcome into Hour 2 on the Thursday. I'm Austin Norman. He's a Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet, repping the NBPA today, Mr. Eric Strickland. Congrats on the win again, Stricky.
Man, finally
Champ
got
in
back
the
off
building.
the snide, man. Going into Thirsty Thursday. What a better day than to get a win on a Thirsty Thursday. I feel good about it.
You
I don't
won.
know. I might stay around.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
I think I might, man.
We'll see. Stay tuned.
Yes,
so
sir.
we get the best of both worlds. You win, and we get to give something away anyways.
Yes, we do.
So the question that you had all break to answer, we got a good number of responses on. There is a winner. There is a right answer to this question. The question was, how many Heisman Trophy winners won the award while playing for USC, including Reggie Bush? Strick, your number again was
6.
6 was the guess. The correct answer is 8, including Reggie Bush. So, Chubby Rhino, you are the winner of those tickets. We're going to take your word for it. Had a couple people in the guess.
He was
7.
pretty quick. He was pretty quick,
was.
and with the no Google, so he was on it.
We'll give him credit for
We'll
it.
give him credit.
7 would have been right, except we are counting Reggie Bush. He did win the Heisman. It's not like they ended up taking it away and giving it to someone else. So, for all intents and purposes, Reggie Bush won the Heisman. That makes 8. So then the list of winners from USC, Caleb Williams last year. You had 3 in a 4-year stretch. Carson Palmer, 2002. Matt Leinart, 2004. Reggie Bush, 2005. Then there's a pretty big gap between Marcus Allen in 1981. You had Charles White in 79. OJ, the Juice in 68. And Mike Garrett in 1965.
See, dang it. I forgot about 2 of them. I forgot about White, and I didn't know about Garrett. So that's why kind of 6 was kind of a number for me. But hey, Chubby Rhino, congratulations.
Yeah, swing by the station and pick those tickets up. We'll get back into that a little bit because I think it ties in really well with where we want to go with our next segment. 402-464-5685 if you have any thoughts on anything we're talking about. Strick, I learned recently that college football has a Comeback Player of the Year award. Didn't know that. So this Comeback Player of the Year award is given out by college sports communicators in partnership with the Fiesta Bowl of all things. And it's been an award dating all the way back to 2018. Some notable winners include Jake Luton, former quarterback for Oregon State. Yeah, Jarek Broussard at Colorado. Mackenzie Milton and Aiden Hutchinson won it in 2021. And then last year, I think, was really a banner year for the award. You had Michael Penix Jr. coming off the injury at Indiana, transfers to Washington, has a great year. Laiatu Latu, who transferred out of Washington after a neck head injury, goes to UCLA, plays really well, going to be drafted pretty high this coming draft, I think. And Mo Ibrahim of Minnesota, who tears his Achilles less than a game into the 2021 season, comes back, rushes, does his thing for Minnesota last year. All interesting, all, I think, worthy selections, especially last year. But on this year's award watch list, I mean, it's a long list. There's a lot of people from a lot of different teams and conferences, a lot of Big Ten guys, but two of them are from Nebraska for very different reasons. And this is why I'm kind of puzzled by this award. One of them makes sense, and that's Thomas Fidone II.
Okay.
The tight end, we know out of Iowa, Nebraska gets him. Hasn't really seen the field, hasn't made his impact on Nebraska yet. If you're telling me Comeback Player of the Year award, yeah, the guy that's had a couple ACL surgeries, hasn't seen the field yet. Sure, that's a typical candidate. The one that puzzles me is Jeff Sims. Jeff Sims is listed on the Comeback Player of the Year
right?
award watch list.
Yeah.
And that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, because he was a guy at Georgia Tech. So it's like, what is he coming back from?
That's my question.
Yeah.
So the website, the college sports communicators.
What is the
that go through
criteria for that?
That's just what I was going to tell you.
My gosh. Okay. I'm wondering. My mind just started rambling on that one. It didn't make sense. Make it make sense.
It's
not mathing for me.
It's not mathing for me either. I don't even know if this explanation is going to help. So from the website, the people that give out the award says, since 2018, the award has recognized college football student athletes from all divisions of college football for overcoming injury. Okay. Illness. Sure. Or other circumstances. That is so incredibly broad and vague, and I still don't understand how that fits. Like, is Jeff Sims a comeback player from Georgia Tech having a bad record? Guess who also had a bad record last year?
Yeah, everybody.
Nebraska.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh.
He chose to transfer. He wasn't kicked out.
How is not like Casey Thompson not on there?
It's a great question.
You know what I mean? I mean, because if that's your threshold, or that I don't know. Is this the thing where they give deference to the big programs too? How come not like somebody from Tulane or?
Well, no, there are plenty of small schools in
there are?
as well.
Okay,
yes.
good. I was wondering. I was trying to figure
you have
that out.
East Carolina,
Okay.
Tulsa. I'll get through the Big Ten reps in just a sec. But it's mostly Power 5, but UTSA, Army, Bowling Green, Central Michigan,
Okay.
Ohio, New Mexico, Arkansas State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Southern, Marshall, Texas State, South Dakota, Holy Cross, Northwestern
So here's
State.
my question for you, right? That I did that for a reason, because I really wanted to just test this, and my mind is kind of weird sometimes.
We love it.
When you look at this whole criteria deal, does the little guys, the Ohios, the Navies, the Tulsas, do they have to do something astronomically, more crazy of a stat than those in the Power 5 schools? I just got a question. And look, it's probably not an answer to that. Sauter Heyman text line, you can throw it out. It's kind of just an objective, feel. Do you think they would have to do something astronomical? Like, for example, like I'm gonna give you just kind of a visual example. So, like, say Shedeur Sanders, right, was injured down at Jackson State, right? He comes back, he goes for 45, or a McNair type of season, but he goes for like 4,800 yards, 70% completion, 42 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Does he have a chance against Cade McNamara at Iowa, who has a 63 completion rate? His team goes 11-1. He has only 3,200 passing yards. He has 22 touchdowns with 8 interceptions. And they go to the college, or they go to the Big Ten championship and win it. Does that make a difference?
I don't know.
You
Should
know
it?
what I'm
Should it?
saying? I don't think it should, but my issue is I think it does.
I'm with you. So I think you're onto something too, because the very first year of the award, the winners were from Kent State, Dartmouth, and Carson Newman. The second year of the award, they're from Oregon State, Georgia Southern, and Salisbury. Since then, it's been all Power 5 schools and Coastal Carolina. So I think it's tended to go to the bigger boys. And again, Penix came back from a huge season-ending injury. Mo Ibrahim did the same. And Thundernut Collins brings up a good point on the text line. Didn't Sims only play in 7 games because he got hurt? He did. My pushback would be that was a foot sprain. Yeah, it kept him out of games, but Fidoni's injuries were worse than Sims were. Ibrahim, his injuries were worse than Jeff Sims was. So, yes, you're right. I suppose it's maybe not as questionable as I would have thought, but I don't think Jeff Sims is overcoming nearly as much adversity as Thomas Fidoni was.
I agree.
Which also then, Strick, brings me to some of the other nominees from the Big Ten. Also on the list, Cade McNamara.
I knew you was gonna say
Cade McNamara.
I started laughing. I freaking knew. Look, it's some telepathy going on here.
Look at us.
Because I freaking knew you was gonna say Cade McNamara. I'm saying the same thing. I'm like, how? That was a big thing that jumped off at me. Like, how?
Chris Huntman-Bell makes sense. Injured again.
And look, I'm even throwing out there Blake Corum. Like I'm okay with Cade. I mean, I'm not okay with Cade actually, but
that one makes no sense.
Blake Corum, I'm kind of like, come on, my guy. 14 grand on the rushes. You were there for most of it. Yes, you missed towards the tail end of it, but no, I'm not rolling with that one. That's a setup. That's a setup for him to win this award. Like, who has the best chance? Just looking at the list that we have in front of us here, notables. Who of that notable group, Austin, has the best chance? That you, as you're looking at it, based on what they did last year or whatever, in there, which person you think?
I really think that, honestly, it's Cade. If Iowa wins the Big Ten West,
I think it's Blake Corum.
Corum's there.
I think if Michigan, we're going to get into Michigan.
We are.
But I think if Michigan does anything close to what we're talking about, and this award's out here now, if he wins, if he happens to win the Doak or any of the other ones, they're not going to give it to him for this. No. They're going to give it to somebody else. So we know there's the politics of that part of it. But I think if he doesn't, and he has just he has a pretty good year, it's balanced out by Edwards, and he's not at that elite level, that it's possible he could win that.
I don't disagree.
I think I would even say that Tyler Van Dyke would be ahead of Cade McNamara for me.
Van Dyke had a shoulder injury.
Yeah. I would throw him in before Cade. That's just my thought.
And of course, as we're saying this, McNamara is banged up a little bit, but Farron said he expects him back for the first game.
Yeah.
So again, Cade McNamara is returning from getting benched.
Yeah.
And again, that's certainly adversity. I don't want to minimize it. But getting benched is a completely different struggle than coming back from, in some areas, what would have been a career-ending injury.
Yeah, agreed.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's just how you view what a comeback is. Maybe I'm being short-sighted, but I think the way we're talking about it is how we traditionally view comeback player of the year awards, like especially in pro leagues, right?
Yeah.
Think about it in the NBA, NFL, MLB. It doesn't go from someone who had a down year to a really good year. Again, it goes to someone that was coming off of like injured reserve or season-ending injury that came back and was at their level. That's how this award has traditionally worked, and I think that's the framing.
I don't have no pushback on that.
Let's get into Michigan then.
Yeah.
Where are you at with them? Are they title good? Big Ten title good?
I think they have all the components, but it's not going to be for what most people would think, which would be on the offensive side of the ball. It is going to be partial for that for me as far as my thoughts on it, and I'll tell you what my partial is, and that's JJ McCarthy. I think JJ McCarthy now getting a full season at the helm, a full season camp held, it's different. I'm telling you, it's different, and again, it goes back to and understanding that Steve Nash is a great player, but it's different when you don't have somebody you have to look over your shoulder and wonder, if I make these mistakes, if I do this, this guy is coming. You play with so much more freedom. There's a different level of confidence. You walk with your shoulders a little bit higher, your head's up, you're a little bit more vocal probably because I'm him, right?
Absolutely.
I think that makes a difference in McCarthy. And so with McCarthy being that, him having the season that he have, he's an excellent play action passer. Excellent play action passer with the running game that you have, a two-headed monster in Edwards as well as Corum. That's going to take away obvious situations. It's going to give spread out as far as the way you have to cover, the scheming you have to do. You're just not going to be able to hone in, focus. Yes, you may want to take away the run game, but the issue that they have is that Ronnie Bell, who was their top receiver, is no longer there. He's in the NFL now. This even makes them more dangerous to me. There's not a significant number one on that team. This means it's going to be spread out. Targets are going to be spread out amongst all different players. You've got Roman Wilson, Cornelius Johnson, Tyler Morris, tight ends Colston Loveland, as well as AJ Barner. So I think for me, that's going to make them a little bit more difficult. You'll know ones will emerge, but that's going to make them a little bit. But here's the issue I think that's going to differentiate them as far as a championship contender. One of the issues they had last year in the loss to TCU was turnovers. I mean, they turned it over on the goal line, fourth down, couple of fumbles. It was turnovers, and they lost in a barn burner to them. What was it,
52-45, I think?
51-45.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's back, focused. The team has this part that I think is going to be better this year, and that's the defensive side of the ball. I think at the defense, yes, you use Mozzie Smith, Mike Morris, their draft picks. They were big in the trenches, but then Chris Jenkins, he returns at the defensive tackle position. He looks to be great there. They definitely have some good defensive ends. You got Braden McGregor as well as Jalen Harrell. They're both going to be there. Derek Moore, who is looking to break out for them as well. So they've got some transfers. They've got some people that are going to be coming in. One of them being a transfer in Coastal Carolina, which was Josiah Stewart. He's there. I mean, they on the defensive side of the ball, their secondary looks strong. There's Will Johnson, who had emerged as one of the better cornerbacks out there. Got some young players. So I like the combination and the versatility that they bring to it. As long as those guys step up and their defense remains dominant, then I think they'll have a chance.
I'm with you. I would say relative to competition, their receivers worry me a little bit. They don't have Ohio State level elite receivers, but Wilson and Johnson are plenty good enough, right? So I don't think that's a weakness, maybe a relative weakness to some degree. And they've got to find pass rush again, right? They were pretty good at getting after the quarterback last year, but they're going to need Josiah Stewart to be that guy coming off the edge as a transfer, like you mentioned, from Coastal Carolina. They stopped the run. They're pretty good at that. I mean, TCU did some stuff to them that I don't think they'd seen before. I think that, makes them mad and they'll, come back better for it. But for the most part, Michigan stopped the run pretty well last year. But Penn State has the better pass rush right now. I trust Penn State's defense in terms of getting after the quarterback even more. Can Michigan find that gear, right? They had Kwity Paye. They had Aiden Hutchinson, a couple of years ago. It was fine last year. I mean, good, not elite, right? So if you can get after Max Duggan a little bit more, if you can, keep up the assault on Ohio State's quarterbacks, to me, those are the two areas that I wouldn't say I'm worried about Michigan, but relative to the rest of the team, I think that's what I'm going to be watching for them.
Okay. Huh.
Who has a better shot at the title, Michigan or Ohio State? National title, I should say.
I'm going to say Michigan's more built for it. The only reason is I'm not certain. We know the importance of quarterback position.
We do.
I'm just not sure or sold until I see more. I just need to see more. At this point in time where we stand, I think I feel more comfortable with JJ McCarthy. Young, but gets it, knows, understands what they need, understands what they want, and coming in with a little bit greater confidence, understanding that he's got 2 to 3 years to make it work. I think he's looking to break out.
Obviously wasn't draft eligible last year. Right now, JJ McCarthy, is he a first round guy, second round guy, third round guy later?
I don't think he should play with it this year. There's just too many quarterbacks. I mean, if you have Caleb Williams considering staying due to the fact that not only not understanding who may draft him if he's the first or second quarterback off the board, but it's a deep draft. It's a deep quarterback draft. And I think, the only way you do that is if your numbers are just super stellar and you're back in the playoffs, but you're winning. Like I'm talking about you beating the Georgia. And if you do that, because look, right now I got a question. How's Stetson Bennett doing?
That was going to be the comp I was going to use.
Yeah.
If let's say Michigan accomplishes its goal, let's say it wins the title, JJ McCarthy would have taken them to those 2 straight playoffs as the starting quarterback and won a national championship. Does he get that Stetson Bennett narrative boost?
That's what I was thinking. That's the only thing that the picture that came to my mind was him. All I began to see is what he developed to be. And then that would be and I'm telling you, he had to have a stellar season, though. It'd have to be elite level season, not just, getting by, the hair of his chinny chin chin type season. He really has to have an elite season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Stetson Bennett put up numbers, right? But think about where JJ McCarthy was ranked coming out of IMG in his recruiting class and where Stetson Bennett was.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy wasn't walking on anywhere like Stetson Bennett was. JJ McCarthy wasn't getting the boot, essentially. Hey, we don't have room for you anymore. Go somewhere else. And then being led back on the team. Like JJ McCarthy already, I think, holds a higher spot in people's minds than Stetson Bennett ever did until the draft process, right? Because now I think part of the challenge for McCarthy Strick is that we know he has a good running game. We know he has a dominant offensive line. But what we've seen from Stetson Bennett, what we've seen from Bama's quarterbacks, Clemson's quarterbacks, in LSU with Joe Burrow, there comes a time when you need your quarterback to be the man, to step up and make a key throw. It might not be, the last play of the game, heave a Hail Mary down the field. It might be early second quarter. The other team, just capitalized off a turnover. They're rolling. You need to convert this 3rd and 7 to keep the ball. You convert that into a score. Everything's back on track, right? There are times you need your quarterback to be the unquestionable dude. Make a play. JJ McCarthy hasn't done that.
That's what, yeah.
He needs to prove he can do that.
Yeah. That's the issue I had. I just don't know. But I say there's nothing greater to have than the running game that you have with that 2-headed monster that you do have there with the line, with a solid defense. And really, if you're JJ McCarthy, what do you have to do to have success? You just need to move the chains.
Right.
Just move the chains. You get into the red zone and the whole playbook opens for you, in with spreading the ball around. There's not anybody they're going to be able to hone in. You just need to read the coverages and the defense and make sure you pick up whatever blitzes or anything. You just need to freaking know what's happening around you and just make the right plays. You don't have to do nothing super special except when it opens up and an opportunity presents itself, be on target. And you know what I think about when I'm talking about that? I'm thinking about the old Star Wars movie, not the first one, which was the third version, New Hope. It's crazy. And I'm just thinking about Luke Skywalker going into, the Death Star, and he's just rolling out and everything's breaking down for him. All the components not working, the targeting system's not on point.
Vader's on his tail.
Yeah, his wingmans are dropping off. You've got that pressure behind. You've got to drop it, because if you don't, everybody's done for. And you just got to stay focused. Just stay focused. Whatever you've prepared for, whatever you've studied for, whatever film you've worked on, know the coverages. know the blitzes, know what they're trying to do, who they're trying to take away, and just be on target when it presents itself. You're gonna have a great season.
Do we need to rename him Jedi McCarthy?
Oh yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, he kind of looks like Luke Skywalker.
Is Jim Harbaugh his Yoda or his Obi-Wan?
Probably Obi-Wan.
JJ McCarthy, find your Yoda. That's what you have to do to have a successful season and be a first-round quarterback next year. He's Eric Strickland. I'm Austin Norman. We're a little bit late to a break. We'll take one. We'll be right back. Continue on the block next.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat groceries. This week, enjoy 8-ounce USDA Choice Boneless New York Strip for just $6.99 each. All natural thick-cut Iowa pork chops for $1.99 per pound, and fresh, never frozen Atlantic salmon fillets for just $9.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisure. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership, sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after sale, really.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come with both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
It's not often a man wakes up and says, I feel the best I have in years. We hear this all the time at Limitless Mail, and it can happen to you when you go to Limitless Mail and get a blood test to see what your body is missing. That's how simple it is. Schedule a free consult with Limitless Mail. Discuss your symptoms. Do the blood test. If your lab results say you're low in testosterone, we can fix that. Age is just a number. You can feel your best again. Just ask Limitless Mail.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havilah. This week's specials through August 29th are $2 off Certified Piedmontese sausages and brats. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news, they have 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off. Mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations and all our Allo communities.
Back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Other half an hour. I was just reminded that Jay Foreman is coming in until 5 o'clock today. Big things happening. So if DP's not busy, we'll bring him in for the crossover in about 10-15 minutes here. But if not, we'll just roll with us till the top of the hour. We'll go with that. How's that apple?
The apple is absolutely phenomenal.
Apple looks better than the banana. I'm not going to lie.
No, that's only because it's been in the refrigerator. But it's still, it's still good.
Okay.
Still good to go. Yeah, I try to keep them in there. I learned a couple of tricks to kind of keep it from, they don't rot, but what are they when they get brown?
Yeah, just get mushy.
Yeah, that mushy. Yeah, I try to do that, but sometimes you don't get to them. But I'm gonna get to that sucker soon.
Okay, I can honestly say the last time I had banana was when I was 2 or 3 years old.
Oh gosh, no,
bananas are disgusting.
Really?
Yep.
I had something happen to me that has marred my mind for the rest of my life.
Oh no.
Thanksgiving's coming really soon.
Love me some Thanksgiving.
It was Thanksgiving down in Alabama. I was at my grandmother's house as a young kid. We're sitting there and they laid everything out on the table. You got the turkey, you got the gravy, you got the macaroni.
Talk to me.
You've got the dressing.
Keep it coming.
And all the good stuff, all the meats. And see down there, we had like hog mog, and we have all kinds of, like, they did pig feet and all kinds of stuff. They did, that's some old Southern stuff, right? It wasn't my thing, never was my thing, but
Sure.
They did that. But nonetheless, doggone it, there was something sitting on the table and it was glistening and it was shining bright like a freaking diamond. And I was looking at it as a young kid.
Rihanna style, bright like a diamond.
Man, listen, it was just so succulent looking. It was I had one of those moments, right? So I go to put it on my plate. I grab it. I'm ready to dig in. And it was dressing. Now, it was not dressing, but it was cranberry sauce.
Okay.
Okay, understand?
Yep, cranberry sauce. I get
But
you.
the problem with that, Austin,
Mhm.
was that it was cranberry sauce in its function or in its place or what it was.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it was Jell-O.
Oh, I'm seeing the problem now.
You feeling me?
You feel betrayed?
You feeling me?
Uh-huh.
I go to freaking dig into that cranberry sauce.
That Jell-O.
In my mind, it's Jell-O.
Uh-huh.
And had the worst freaking taste that I, to this day, cannot eat cranberry sauce. If I see it, I want to, throw up.
Visceral reaction.
Literally,
to
it churns my stomach.
Oh my god.
So I do not touch cranberry sauce. I don't care if it's the last thing on earth. I'd probably eat roots instead.
I feel you. They're just
It marred me, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you go in thinking it's Jell-O, like Jell-O is peak cuisine.
Yes.
Peak treat as a kid.
Yes.
Like you're all about it. Oh, look at this Jell-O. Sign me up. Nah.
No, it didn't
Nah,
work,
not,
bro.
did you dirty?
Did me dirty. And so, yeah, to this day, I cannot do it. So
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if there's a story. Stoddard Hammond text line, this is for you. Is there something that has ever happened to you in school, with the family, situation that has marred you? Like you were pushed in as a kid into the pool where you're just like, I do not ever want to swim again. Like I had moments like that. I've actually had a moment. There's been multiple moments that I should not be here. like literally. I'm a little kid. See, this shows how bold I am, Austin.
Uh-huh.
And I got to talk about this before we cross over because I'm like, you know what, man? Let's get into some real talk right here. Austin, I'm a little kid learning how to swim. You're going, I should not be here right now. Thank you. Thank God. Thank you. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. But listen, I'm a little kid learning to swim, fresh, going to swim lessons. You go to the local pool. They teach you, you're going through the rigmarole. Okay. I think I'm the guy. Mind you, I think I'm the guy.
You're that guy, pal.
Through my life, I've gone through life like I'm the guy. I'm gonna shake you down. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm the guy, right? I go to the diving board thinking I can swim. I can't yet. But in my mind, I'm the guy.
In my mind, I'm the shooting coach. In your mind, you're the guy.
I'm the guy. And I freaking jump off that diving board, bro. And all I can remember is I was looking up. Now I'm in the deep end, 10 feet. You think it's 20 feet when you're a kid.
Yeah.
I'm looking up, bro. And all I could see was the light. And I'm looking at the light and I can't get there.
It's so far away.
I can't get there. And the next thing I know, I'm laying on the side. A lifeguard had brought me back and revived me and emptied out my stuff. That's literally what happened.
Dang.
And, yeah. So if you had a moment, and then I can still, I'm still the guy. I'll go jump off the diving board. I'm not afraid of swimming. But is there something for you? 402-464-5685. Let's get into it. Let's have some real talk right now of something that has literally marred you, that you've done, you've ate, somebody tricked you, you tasted, and it's just for this day, you just can't do
it. Someone says Jack Daniels.
Oh, well, I need to know a backstory on that one.
I don't know if I want to know.
I might need a backstory on the Jack Daniels.
Horns Down says couldn't drink orange juice for years after getting sick off screwdrivers.
Oh, wow. Okay. The porcelain gods, basically you had to have a conversation with them after some screwdriver nights. Okay.
Gorilla Bear, this is wild. Someone snuck up behind me and choked me out in high school. Now I won't even let my wife touch my neck.
Oh gosh.
That's kind of on you though, man. Like
right?
I get it in high school, like, yeah, I get it, but like don't turn your back to people, right? Your back goes against the wall in the corner booth. Had a friend give me what I thought was Kool-Aid. It was water that had celery soaking in it. Haven't had celery since. So what's the point of celery? There is no point to celery. Like it is negative calories. It tastes like nothing. It doesn't need to be in chicken noodle soup. It adds nothing.
I can't do it either.
No.
Another thing is olives.
Ooh, yep.
I can't do it. Another thing for me is, Austin, my grandmother had a pecan tree. I got pictures of it. I need to post those. When I was down there for the event I had to go to, we drove by my old grandmother's house, and it's still there. Somebody else owns it now. I think actually one of my cousins bought it and is renting it out. But nonetheless, I might have to go buy that back. Now that I think about it, that's
Because you're that guy. Buy it back because you're that guy.
So she had a big pecan tree. She had all kinds of trees. She had a peach tree, a pecan tree, an apple tree, and this is all in like maybe about an acre of land. And she'd tell us to go out there and pick those pecans because she's gonna make pecan pie, pecan soup, pecan. I mean, we ate pecan everything from the rooter to the tutor, right?
Mhm.
We ate pecan so much that to this day I find it hard to to go back to eating pecans because we ate it so much. So yeah, have you had one of those moments? Thanks for sharing.
Rubber Duck has, I think, an ultimate act of betrayal. A couple months ago, my wife cut carrots in the shape of fries and put them in the air fryer. I put ketchup on them thinking they were sweet potatoes, and she watched me as I crunched and was surprised. First of all, like cold, raw carrots, like refrigerated carrots, are so much better than cooked carrots will ever be.
Yeah.
Cooked carrots, I cannot do.
I can't do the raws. That's crazy.
Really?
I can do the cooked. I just can't do the raw.
Huh.
That's actually that's crazy. But here's what's crazy. Mississippi Mud Dog just does not love my guy, Austin. Look, he doesn't even call you. Why does he call you the new guy? You're not the new guy anymore. You've been here for like what now?
8 months.
8 months.
And 20 days, but who's counting?
I know he's joking, but nonetheless.
No, he's not joking. It's personal. And that's fine. I don't care.
Joking? I thought he was joking.
No, he doesn't like me. I
He
don't
does
care.
not.
But he's
like
still here
you.
listening, right?
Well, I love him.
He's still here listening, so
He's hilarious.
appreciate that. That's what
Oh
really
my
counts.
gosh. Okay, what's else? Who else got going?
Action Jackson says 18 at the time in the military. He ordered a burger at the mess hall, got a Spam burger instead. He has pure unadulterated hatred for Spam since that day.
Oh, that's yes. You're thinking you're gonna bite down on succulent ground beef, and you end up with Spam. Oh yeah, no, that would have marred me.
If you know it's Spam, it's fine. You know
different.
what you're getting into. But when you don't know,
oh yeah,
no. Someone said they got food poisoning at the Valentino's buffet 20 years ago. Haven't had it since.
At where?
Val's.
Valentino's?
Mhm.
Really?
Apparently.
Now, there is something that I don't do anymore after what I think YouTube has marred me from this. And thank you guys. Keep it coming. YouTube has marred me because I used to love to go to like the Chinese buffets and the things back in the day. But boy, oh boy, YouTube has showed me some of those places and the things that they do. Oh no, I can't go back no more. Can't do it.
Another Nebraska staple getting people upset is someone that was calling you out for liking Star Wars, which here's the thing. Stricky likes Star Wars. Jay is on record as liking Star Wars. Oh, and by the way, we have Amon Green in here tonight. Huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah, we grew up with Star Wars. That was right in the heat of what we did, baby. That was as a young kid, that was what you was given Star Wars back then. Star Trek too. My dad to this day can still tell you dang near all the words from Khan from Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan.
Dang.
Freaking love that. I actually love that one too. That was a pretty dope one. I thought
It's
he
a
was
classic.
great. He did some great acting in that as Khan. But yeah, I'm big on those. Those are
Star Wars, great.
classics
Star
for me.
Trek, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, stop hating. Second of all, that same guy says he had Runza for lunch, ended up getting the flu that night, couldn't eat a Runza for about 5 years. Maybe not Runza's fault.
Yeah, the flu. Yeah, what season? You probably went to the football game. Probably
Yeah.
popped the Runza. It was cold out. You were standing next to somebody that shoot right on your, just on your neck, over your head, and yeah, you probably got the flu.
Last one, we'll take a break, and then we have plenty more to get to. You guys are great. Keep them rolling in. Kip says he can't stand graham crackers. He says we were given them every day of elementary school as a snack. He also doesn't like milk, and that could be why.
Oh, wow. You know what? I can actually say that. And I actually used to be big on chocolate milk until my research. My dumb researching self. I'm always researching, looking at stuff, and the more I see it, like I don't even drink milk anymore. I'm on almond oat, and even then I got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? I just don't drink regular milk no more.
Chocolate milk.
I used to love chocolate.
I've never liked chocolate milk.
I used to love it. Used to love chocolate milk as a kid. Can't do it no more.
We're going to take a break. We got plenty more of this to get into. Anything else that scarred you that brings back a visceral reaction of disappointment, of hatred, of sadness? Let us know. 402-464-5685. Josh, we see you on the YouTube comment section. We'll get to you as well as we wrap up on the block.
Me too, Josh.
Here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring a vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through August 29th are $2 off Certified Piedmontese sausages and brats. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news, they have 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
A sweet relief of a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy good. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM-certified used inventory is filling up fast, so make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Ironhide Construction has an immediate opening for an administrative assistant in their Lincoln office. The ideal candidate will have experience performing a variety of general office, administrative, and clerical duties. If you have excellent communication, interpersonal, and organizational skills, and are the type of person who enjoys keeping track of all the fine details, then this job is for you. Learn more online at ironhideconstruction.com/careers. Ironhide Construction, quality buildings and genuine service at a reasonable price.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group are Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
On the block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's the new Superman.
We're wrapping up on the block, Austin, Strick, DP in the building. DP, we got plenty of stuff to get to on the text line, but first of all, Big Red Brunch. How was it?
It was look, that was fun. It was like all the old heads of Nebraska football, all the fans who were there back in the day. Great room. Brashawn was exceptional. Michael was phenomenal. Trev, Coach Osborne, spreading the love and the knowledge. And being in a room, it's cool to be in a room with 400 diehard Husker fans. They came from all over the state. It was amazing to be in the room. Proud of our crew for handling it the way they handle it. There's one for every home game. So
5 left, right?
Yeah. So we gonna get after it. We're gonna get after it. It's gonna be cool to watch some of the combinations. Again, one will be the 97 team, the 94 team, 95 team, 70s, 71, 72, having that crew with Jeff Kenny and Johnny and Glover and being able to tell those stories. Pipeline, the triplets. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun journey.
And there's a way for people to still go to those, right?
Yeah, if you go to go.omaha.com/bigredbrunch, you can still get tickets for that. Today was sold out. So, if you're trying to get in and be in the next ones, you can buy the whole package for the whole season. It's discounted if you buy it for the whole season. And then if not, you want there's a particular one you have somebody you're a fan of that you want to go see, you can pick the event that you go to. So, and then we're working because we want to bring the Big Red Brunch for basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball to Lincoln. But folks have to show interest and show that they would support it. And if they do that, we can bring that to Lincoln full.
Nice.
Let us know on the text line if you're interested in that. 402-464-5685.
Yeah.
One thing I had a question because I happen to be just chomping and romping on an apple and just finished off my banana.
But it actually looked really good on the inside.
Yeah,
I gave you some
he
grief
thought it
for
was terrible, but I made it work.
Come on,
right?
you don't know.
I know.
So here's the thing. We kind of spurned off and just the memory bug, and you're very good at these. But there was something that I told a quick story, and I'll be brief about it, but I want to hear something for you. I told a quick story about as a young kid that it's Thanksgiving, having a great time. I'm not going to go over the whole story. Everything's laid out. And then my eyes are looking at the food. I'm gathering it, and my eyes go, ah, and I just see this glowing little, rump of like Jell-O. In my mind. I go up, I cut into it, I put it on my plate. I'm digging in got the gravy, Ooh, everything is succulent. And I go, okay, now it's time for the Jell-O. And I dig into it, and it ain't Jell-O, it's cranberry sauce. And I was shook to the core of my body.
Fell for the okey
I fell for the okey dumb dokey. And I was hurt, and I've never been able to eat it ever since. What is that thing for you, DP? It doesn't have to be a food. It can be a situation, a circumstance. You walked into the room. I've got one of those stories too that marred my mind.
Change you.
But what is that? Something? What? Give us one.
Well, first of all, your story makes me think of. Well, actually, let's ID it, and then I'll give you the story because that one's a pretty good lineup.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
So you were talking about, you said you saw it there on the plate, and you just stand at it, it's shaking at you.
Ooh. It's wobbling.
My grandfather was a ghetto poet.
Okay.
My grandfather was a ghetto poet. God bless his soul, rest in peace. He was the mayor. So you remember we do the right thing?
Yeah.
My grandfather was the mayor.
Okay.
Sit on the front porch, people's houses. You have his little bottle and brown bag, right?
Radio Raheem
back
walking
in the
by.
day, right?
Mhm.
And he'd stop you and he'd hit you with it, right? And he'd watch you playing, and he would catch me. He would give me those lessons, but he would catch me doing something. And he'd go, "Hey, boy," and it made me think of what you just said. You said, I saw it on the plate. It was shaking at me. I thought it was tasty. I was gonna go at it, and he hit me with this one, and just all it reminded. He'd go, "Boy, let me tell you something. Everything that's shaking is pretty ain't good for you."
That's a fact.
That's and that's I was like, yeah, that was Pops. You was on that one.
Yeah,
Like,
that's profound.
That's
profound. That like goes years in the making.
Yeah, like he would always hit me with the wisdom every now and then. He would tell me, I remember because he would watch you play, and then if you did something, he was just like, "Okay, I caught you doing this thing. You might want to do that." And then one day, probably 14, 15. And, your first high school engagement, your crossover. And if it don't work out, it hits you harder at 15 than it does at 45. It hits you hard because there's everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Boy, listen, if that girl ain't smart enough to know you good for her, she ain't good enough for you."
That thing speak to me now.
Right? Like
right now.
I was like, okay, Pops, okay. But he also taught me, he used to say this thing, you can't know what you are until you know what you're not. He goes, you got to do some things to know that ain't stuff you're supposed to be doing. You got to do them to know you're never doing them again. Be prepared to learn the lesson once. Do your thing, make the mistake, and then move on, because that's a lesson that you don't have to learn no more. Like, you're smarter every single time. And for me, like, I'll say it out loud. My grandfather was an alcoholic. And a big part of my teenage year was I would get the phone call from grandma. "Hey, go get your grandfather." "Where he at?" "Oh, he's over on 21st Street. Go get him, bring him home." And it was always a fight. And there was even in his stupor, there was some wisdom, but it was always love, right? But I didn't understand, like, why. I would ask him, "Grandpa, why do you do this? Like, why do you?" And I thought that was lack of love. Like, why don't you love yourself enough to put this down? And he would just say to me, "Because I don't love myself like you do."
Oh, wow.
Right? Which changes it, right? And he said, "This is medicine to me." He goes, "It's not good for everybody else, but it makes me feel better." But he also didn't want that for me. And he said, "This is how you know this ain't for you." And he had his bottle and he was like, "Drink it."
Yeah.
He was like, "Drink it." And I took the sip and I spit it out because it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And he looked at me strict when it was like as soon as the beer hit the ground after I spit it, he looked at me and said, "I love you, boy." Like that was everything. Like, I was like, okay, cool. I put this down. Like, this is not a thing for me. So it was always like, there's that, like, and the things that I love that I got, so the things that I love, I got from my grandmother. The things that I learned that wasn't for me, I got from my granddad.
Yeah.
My grandmother cooked from love. And so whenever I walked to my grandma's house, and there was a stretch where I left living with my mom, I lived with my grandmother. But my grandmother, first of all, I learned about faith. Like Sunday mornings was Reverend Cleveland. Right? Right? Sunday morning.
Late.
Yeah, right? So you getting your gospel Sunday morning. And Reverend Knight. That was my grandmother telling me what it was. But she started cooking on Friday for Sunday morning. And she was never happier than when she was cooking for somebody else.
Beautiful.
And so you learn what you want to eat, but she would also tell you, okay, try this. And she'd give you the warning. Like, try it. You ain't gonna like it, but I want you to eat it so you know. And those were the things. Liver? No. Beets?
No.
Like
it's a hard no beet for me.
No.
Yeah.
My mother would eat beets on bread.
Yeah.
She would do that. She would eat. My mother would
We
take.
used to eat cornbread the sloppy way.
Yeah.
Like mix it all together with greens.
Crumble,
yeah.
Right.
With our hands and everything.
Right. But she would go to she would take tomatoes and cut them into 3 slices and then put it on bread. She would make.
Wow.
And I was just like, ooh. And then I thought, ooh, I don't want to live that way. But then I understood that from where they were in Virginia, mid 1900s, that's what you had.
Right.
That's what you had access to. And it was the thing that if you could grow it, you ate. Well, what could you grow in Virginia? Well, that's what you ate. And so you learn, okay, even if that ain't for me. And my grandmother, this was another one. She said, I love the fact that you don't have to suffer the way I did. She goes, that's how I know I'm living right. My grandson doesn't have to suffer the way I did. And that all of that stuff, we get into it. I went to Lincoln North Star yesterday, and I was telling Jake about it. So I'm a teammate, and I got my long year. Shout out, Jerron, my young dude, good dude.
Yeah.
But I hadn't been in North Star, and I walked into the school, and we said we would just go sit in the common lunch area and just talk, just chop it up.
Yeah.
And a lady recognized me and came up and said, "Hey, can I get you anything?" And I'm like, I'm in school. Like, what you got? And she said, everything. And what you mean everything? She says, well, over here in the lunch area, you can get whatever you want.
Anything you want.
And I went over and I was like, all right. So so I'm asking my young dude, what's for lunch? He goes, well, we get a choice. You can get a hamburger, cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, chicken breast, or a slice of pizza, fries, salad. That's every day. That's what they serve. That's free. And then you can go. And as he's saying this, I'm going, wait a minute. Every day? You can have I was like, listen, y'all all better be 4.0 students eating like this. Y'all ate better than I was eating in college. So then I walk over to the area and it's a food court. It's a food court.
Wow.
Of drinks,
Yeah.
smoothies, 3 types of pizza, 3 different types of salad, everything you could drink you could possibly want. And I'm going, yeah, everybody in here better 4.0. As a matter of fact, if they had served that, if we had that in college, I'd have 2 master's degrees. They'd have had to kick me out. They'd have had to move me out. If I could eat like that every day.
Right.
And then I found out, he says, well, that's free, but this other stuff you got to pay for. I'm like, okay, at least that makes it, And I said, well, how much? And I got the number in my head, right? Of what you pay for all this. He said $1.25 for everything. And I was like, whoa, you better stop playing with me. And then immediately in my head, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna become the dude who gonna be handing out cash to high school students. Hey, bro, here's 10. Go get me 3 or whatever. Come back out, keep 5, and let's roll. Like I'm going. I went. This is how y'all living now.
Yeah.
I went.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
This is crazy. So yeah, no, you complain about what you can complain about, But man, I'm strict. If I come up missing, I'm out at North Star. I'm out front.
That's crazy.
I'm out front collecting bags, bro.
I'm telling you.
Like I'm telling you, like, listen, man, I'll buy your lunch for the week if you give me your extra stuff.
I mean, the best thing I would say in high school is that you just looked forward to where you had that because we could go off campus. And that was probably the best thing. So we could kind of, get, if it was a blessing. I was grateful that I learned a lesson to go, get good grades so my dad could get me a good car. I had a car when I was a sophomore and I was rolling. So I get in the car, I shout and go get me a nice Subway or a nice something. I didn't have to eat that garbage that was sitting up in them cafeterias back
cardboard pizza.
Oh, gosh.
The cardboard pizza that just was cardboard with ketchup and then cheese, a slab of hot cheese.
No, it was wood chips, like the tan wood chip shavings.
Like it
wasn't cheese DP.
This was work. And the burger, I saw that was actual meat. Like I still don't know what hamburger I ate. Like I don't know what that was.
It was neither ham nor burger.
Right. Like it was just a thing. And the buns was just like, this was like they was on the last day. Like I don't know what the expiration day was, but that day was the day the hamburger buns we got.
Yeah,
the hot dog, like you get the hot dog and the buns was like, forget about it. Like I'm trying to fight for you, bro, but I can't make it for you.
Wow.
Oh man. DP,
Great stuff.
Text line, you're on fire. Sorry we didn't get to everything, but I'm reading it. It's good stuff. We'll keep this conversation rolling. Thirsty Thursday coming up. What else is on the agenda?
I want to talk about today and some of the things that Trevor was talking about. I would talk to my lockdown Gophers buddy in Minneapolis, find out what's happening out there. A little bit of talk, and talk to Barry Thompson, who got three starting quarterbacks in Division I football.
There you go. That'll be old school. Stricky, safe travels.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna hang around Thirsty Thursday and just kind of maybe little sip outside.
You know.
Let's sip outside.
Something for the road.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. DP Strick, I'm Austin. That's it for On the Block for today. We'll be back at 2:00 tomorrow for On the Block. Don't go anywhere though. We got old school DPJ will be in at 5. It's coming up next right here. Lincoln Sports Talk Station 93.7 The Ticket.
It's not often a man wakes up and says, I feel the best I have in years. We hear this all the time at Limitless Mail. And it can happen. You go to Limitless Mail and get a blood test to see what your body is missing. That's how simple it is. Schedule a free consult with Limitless Mail. Discuss your symptoms. Do the blood test. If your lab results say you're low in testosterone, we can fix that. Age is just a number. You can feel your best again. Just ask Limitless Mail.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, big
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys, $3 shake off hearts those week for 50 nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day, 6 p.m. and you are always free to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Work in commercial banking,